All right. The inflation last time.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, past weeks.
11%. Man, it's crazy.
A lot in a short time.
Everything's exploding. And the people in the low income and mid income are in big trouble now. The rich still don't notice anything, and they're just going on like normal.
The previous episode, yeah.
So I was at the butcher's last week, or 3 days ago, and wow, I ordered some steak ribs, and it's crazy. The prices were up.
Well, to be fair, steak already in itself is not the most cheap cut of it. It's expensive cut actually. The least cost effective meat. But of course, it's now even more expensive.
Yeah, and we were going for a barbecue with the family, so yeah. You need steak to.
You could also have some minced meat, with ground beef.
Yeah.
Can also be nice.
If you do it, you have to do it. Okay, so we don't do that often because it's a very expensive joke.
Yeah. Well.
You discussed about some shoppers who were going around the big markets, like that you don't get all these big money companies cutting off the.
Buy from local farm now. Just recently did that for the first time. Bought fruit, vegetables, but also meat and dairy from a local farm. Two different types. The one was, for fruit, vegetables, and also some cheese and, other things like mayonnaise and salt. But for the other one, by the way, the one where the first one was also for eggs. It was cheese, eggs, and mayonnaise, and for the rest, it was just, fruits, vegetables, and all kinds of plants. The second one was, mostly meat. It's basically a butcher. They have their own farm. The other one has its own farm too, but different.
And how's the pricing there?
Yeah, the pricing. Most things are equally a little less expensive. Some things are more expensive, but the idea is, a fair price. So. Well, some things, might be a little more expensive. Other things, the meat and cheese you put on. Well, cheese not really that much. The meat piece, you put on bread and sandwiches. So all those are generally very, very expensive in the supermarket. You pay for a little bit, and you pay €3, which is insane.
That's because the big groups buy the meats from the farmers for low price, and then they add on their margin and all that kind of stuff. But if you buy straight from the farmer gets a reasonable price. At least he can feed his family in a better way than when he's selling the bulk.
Well, it's not just one person; it's a small group of people. But it's a lot better than a supermarket, because it's they make their own. They sell their own stuff. So that's already from itself better. It's not anything.
I like that kind of.
Anyway, back to the things about, you put on bread and sandwiches. Those are actually cheaper in that place. You can get them for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Other things, when you have a liter of milk, bottle of milk, obviously that is somewhat more expensive, because it's biological, so it's not really. It's made, without cows having, all that, all the medicines, and
antibiotics, and cows will probably have a better life.
Yeah, the cows in the factory farming are usually, they're basically always have diarrhea, because. What you see, those really thin, how do you say it? Yeah, the diarrhea they have, it's not really their usual feces they should have.
Yeah.
if they're fed normally, then don't have all these antibiotics. They have, well, basically like horses. They have these dry piles.
Yeah.
So they, and of course, also a lot less because it's not running through immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of don't want them to get sick, so they give them a lot of antibiotics. Yeah, that of course causes them to shit all the time, and you know,
I know that if a cow gets udder inflammation, the udders, where they milk the cows, if there's inflammation in the udders, then the cow is like okay, it's taken off to be slaughtered. So they've got to make sure they don't get inflammation.
Anyway, those cows probably aren't treated that way. They're probably, you know, they don't give them antibiotics at the cost of, you know, maybe risking the chance that they might get sick or something, but at least more natural, right? Because of course there are also going to be traces in the milk and the meat of it. So it's also for
maybe it's even maybe those kind of cows, like those farmers, because they treat the cow better, give them more space, give them more air, give them more natural food, they will have less chance of getting ill.
So anyway, that's why of course, you know, the milk is more expensive because it's the cows they aren't really aren't that heavily medicated, which gives more risks, but you know, the quality is better, so you pay more for it in exchange for better quality. Yeah, of course the meat is the same thing, well, most of the time, because of course that's all the meat is from the males, not the females, but yeah.
Don't they do females, like if a female gets ill?
Females, but only if
only part.
If they can no longer produce they
milk,
yeah. But otherwise they don't do that. It's mostly the males that are used for it.
Yeah, well, understandable. They can't use the males for much other with much other stuff in the economy thinking.
Reproduction, you know, of course. But anyway, so some things were more expensive, but most things were about the same. But you have better quality, that's for sure. So it doesn't really matter that much.
Do you get a better feeling when you sell it like that? When you buy straight from the farmer, it's a better feeling for you?
Oh yeah, of course that also, but it's not just that. I mean, if you eat better quality, it's also going to have an impact on your own body. I mean, if you're consuming animal products that have you know, certain hormones or traces of chemicals in it, that's not really that healthy. It's always better to keep it as pure as possible. So but yeah, of course, it's not like those factory farmers where, you know, they basically have a shitty life, and it's also of course the welfare. Of course, it's a double-edged sword. It's two sides.
I think I would feel better if I know that I need meat, and I feel that I like meat, and it's good for me in the balanced diet, and that I'd rather buy from a farmer that treats his animals better than from farms that just like a bulk production. Of
course, that is one of the reasons. That's of course a very important part of it.
I'm going to Google on these buy from the farmers. I think that's a pretty.
Yeah, you can just on Google Maps you can just look into you know, just for meat and stuff. They usually every area, pretty much everywhere in the Netherlands especially, there's always a local farming somewhere.
So, and I buy eggs from the local farmer. That's standard. I've been doing that for years. That's just a guy quite close.
Recently, because before I did only supermarket, but now I did actually from the but you know, the ones that also sell fruits and vegetables and stuff, because I could also buy it from the other one that's a bit further, and that you know, sells meats all right.
Yeah.
But those had the eggs of those were, I don't know, they were not specifically. I thought these were just better because these were more of more natural. I thought so.
Yeah.
I chose the bottom from this one.
Yeah. Well, understandable. Did you know that with eggs, a white chicken gives white eggs and a brown chicken gives brown eggs?
Yeah, well, it's
I
quite.
never knew that. I heard it last week from the farmer. I said, "You've always got white eggs," and he said, "Yeah, because I've got white chickens." Okay.
It's
And white chickens have a 5% lower carbon dioxide output.
okay. Wow.
So white chickens are officially, so white eggs are better for the environment.
Yeah, the recently bought one is as brown eggs. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
not. It's from the area here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really that. I don't think it's really. It's not really the worst. I think it's
Big issue now. No, but it was like I didn't know that like natural. A white chicken gives white eggs and a brown chicken gives brown eggs.
That's good to know.
Yeah, funny. So if you go to a farmer who says he's got all white chickens and he's selling brown eggs, you know he's imported them from somewhere else.
It's probably it's literally called yeah, it literally has the name of the area. It's Zeeuwse Eieren, you know, from Zeeland.
Hmm.
So most likely it is from somewhere around here.
Yeah, it tastes good.
I haven't used it. I still had some other eggs, so I haven't really.
Yeah.
Also,
But-
I usually I don't always eat them like that. I also sometimes also put them raw in a smoothie.
Oh yeah, you do that.
So I don't always taste them, but yeah, I don't know yet because I still have some. I'll still have had some other eggs from them.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
A lot of bodybuilders do that, huh? The big sports guys, they do raw eggs in smoothies.
Well,
Supposed to be good for you for these sports guys.
yeah. Well, the thing is with raw eggs, but also actually raw meat. Most raw meat actually can be consumed raw.
Hmm.
And pork can be, yeah, and it can be somewhat of a risk factor, but beef, fish, it's okay to consume raw. It has its advantage. It's a double-edged sword. Look, of some of the vitamins are basically pretty much destroyed when you apply heat. So if you eat them raw, you still have those vitamins. So it gives you sort of a anabolic hit, which you normally wouldn't get. On the other hand, it's less bioavailable. Some like the protein, for example, is less bioavailable. So it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
It can be healthy, especially the eggs are healthy to consume raw.
Crazy with that. In like a long time ago, there was like everything from a chicken that's not cooked is dangerous. You get salmonella. You get all.
I forgot to mention that. Indeed, although a lot of people think about the salmonella, right? That you get salmonella infection, but that they used to think that still about a decade ago, but it turns out that that's not really true. It's mostly the chicken that can cause it. It's, salmonella with most eggs is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
It's very
and the meat.
The meat is not salmonella. That was something I know. Well, I know with pork that it has some bacteria called Yersinia, which they carry because. But yeah, you know, pigs are not really. They're not ruminant animals. They're omnivores. They're not really. They're actually not really the animals fit for consumption. So yeah, it's quite obvious that they have these things. Also, that you can get tapeworm from it if it has eggs. The meat can have eggs of tapeworms, so you can, you can get tapeworm.
I know that. Well, I've been to Asia quite a lot, and there you see how much pork is consumed by the Chinese, Vietnamese.
Well, the thing is, it can be consumed raw, but it really depends on where you get the meat from. If it's from the supermarket, it's definitely not safe. Don't even try it.
You see the suit.
If you're coming from a local farm where a pig is not really not those pink zombie like pigs, but more so the the ones that look like swines, right?
Yeah.
Also look like a bit like swines, they have hair, right? You see them a lot in the Asian countries. Those kinds, if they if you feed them the right diet and take care of them well, then yeah, if you could, with your proper hygiene, of course, you could consume the meat raw. Yeah, you could, but they're really different from those pigs you used most of the times. Those pink pig, those pink
ones,
those pink pigs, right?
Yeah,
they look weird, right. They look like basically they look almost like mutants.
I've seen what I once saw a video.
They are different. They are very different from the natural ones.
Yeah, I once saw a video of in China of must be like 1 million pigs being pushed through a thing towards the slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
it's like the amount of pigs that go through there is crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any good life for those animals.
I don't know. It could also be that you sometimes get infection. I've heard that it's sometimes that there are rare occasions where some gets, for instance, tapeworm. And one unfortunate incident was when I don't know if it was in China or other Asian countries. It was some kind of Asian country. I think it was China, but I'm not sure. He ate a dish with raw pork, and he did at first there was nothing. Everything was alright. But at some point he started to get seizures. Well, it turns out after a while he got to the hospital. It was even worse than the usual, because when you get it in your intestines, and it steals the nutrients.
Yeah.
But in his case, it was even worse. It was actually dangerous because the egg got into his bloodstream.
Ooh.
And the worm got into his brain. So it was. Okay. He actually had holes in his brain. That's why he got a seizure.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's a rare incident. So there can.
I wouldn't eat pork raw, even if you gave me 1 million. I just don't like the taste.
Yeah, well, it depends. If you have those, what do you call them? There's a special type of pork, Iberico pigs.
Yeah.
They are different. They are also the ones with hairs that are more like swines than actual pigs. They are a lot larger, robust, and they look a lot better, and they have hairs, right? And they're not pink; they're gray.
Yeah.
Or some brown.
It's like in Spain where I'm a lot. I do buy the Iberico ham, but there it's all been dried and for 18 months or whatever, then the eggs and the kind of bacteria are dead.
Yeah, because
I hope
smoked or something. But I think with those Iberico pigs, it's different. It's different than the conventional pigs that are used in factory farms. They are very different. The factory farm pigs are very unclean. Yeah. A lot of them are inbred. They are inbred, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So they are a lot different. The Iberico are a lot more pure. They're a lot more close to the swines.
Yeah.
Not inbred.
I believe it. So I've seen how well they take care of the animals there. It's well.
Those kinds, that kind of pork you could probably consume raw and would probably also taste good. But of course, the pork, from the conventional pork from the supermarket or from the big ones. No, of course it's plastic.
Now dried and smoked, I'll take pork, but not raw.
I actually think the Iberico ones could actually taste good raw. They're probably different.
No, I'm not trying.
Yeah, well, you have to take. But yeah. Obviously, that also depends on that. I think it's most of the time when one gets an infection or of some kind from a pig, it's because it's one of those it's one of those factory farm pigs, because those are very unclean.
Yeah.
The more natural ones, they would probably have a lot lower risks, especially if they have proper hygiene, you know, right?
Yeah, but I can also believe that the fact that the natural pigs are the outsiders less dangerous. The pigs go in, of course, with their skins that are full of bacteria and whatever. And that the skins and all the bacteria stay in the place where the pigs are slaughtered. So I'd rather get a meat from a place that's clean, from animals that are clean.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, pork is always it's always with it depends on the pig, but pork is always a risk. Yes,
Yeah.
but it's mostly the most risky ones are of course the factory farms. You should leave it try it, of course. The ones
Yeah.
that are from those conventional pink ones, don't try it.
Hmm.
Oh,
What I had in South Africa quite a while
but
was
that's ones you could actually it's very minimal risk, so you could actually do that,
yeah.
but only with those. Same as with chicken, by the way. Same as with
Yeah.
chicken, because actually the salmonella is something that happens after death, shortly after it. So it can be prevented, but it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, but then with a someone who slaughters it in a clean environment is probably better than just factory
Yeah.
slaughtering. Yeah.
Chicken can also be consumed raw, but
Yeah.
only if it's from a local farming, you know, where it's
Yeah.
proper hygiene. The chickens are better fed, you know, taken care of, etc., etc. Then it can be, but if it's from conventional type, of course, the same as pork, not a good idea to try it.
Have you ever tried ostrich?
Ostrich, you mean the eggs?
No, the meat.
Oh, yeah, ostrich eggs? You mean those large?
Yeah, bird. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The meat tastes so much like a strong steak. It's not that available in Holland, but it's every now and then I see it and then I buy it.
Yeah,
I
it's
like it. I like it.
culinary dish. It's not something that is.
Yeah. In South Africa, it was like on virtually every restaurant had it because there are a lot of ostriches there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that goes for a lot of other. I've also seen that in, you know, where you're from. Yeah, you are for the people that know, you are originally from Africa, right? From Africa.
Yeah, the big black guy, white guy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. No,
Why?
I was born in South Africa, so we've had different kind of.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about that because from what I've seen is yeah, they eat all kinds of things there. A lot of things that we wouldn't even think about eating. Also, probably don't have, but yeah, they even crocodiles, and which doesn't seem like a very good idea. But I mean,
Why not? Why not? It's good.
well, they're carnivorous animals. It just doesn't sound right to eat the carnivorous animals. Usually, they aren't the best aren't really fit for it. I think they mostly eat it because they don't have anything else, so they want some meat. Don't have anything else. So
maybe.
you take down an alligator or a crocodile and they eat it.
Yeah.
But it's not the best you can get, of course.
But every country has their own weird rituals, and crocodile or wildebeest, they like that. That's like a bison kind of animal.
They eat some all types of rodents and stuff. They eat all kinds. I don't know why, but they eat all kinds of meat. Some of them, there's also an illegal market there.
Yeah, I just stick to steak and that kind of stuff. Steak and chicken and ostrich and.
Of course, we wouldn't try it. They also we're trying to do some, I don't know, some tiger meat or something. Yeah.
Well, tigers don't come from Southern Africa, but.
Huh?
Tigers don't come in Southern Africa.
I'm not just talking in general.
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
I see something where I wanted to introduce that, but I don't know, man. When I eat meat, I want to eat meat that is actually, you know, good. So not, you know, same with dogs and cats. Also, that's a vegan argument. Oh, you wouldn't do that to your cat or dog? Well, no, only if I absolutely have to, because not just because, you know, I have an attachment to it, but also for simply the fact, I mean, if you look at a dog and a cat and say a cow, it's very different. They have mostly muscle. they have very little meat on it.
Yeah.
It also appears that the meat tastes disgusting, so it's not really. It's probably not also not the most healthy meat. It's really typically something that you would only do in a desperate situation. So yeah, that alone is a reason not to eat it. So they also say, oh, why you do that? Because, well, maybe because it is not good meat. Maybe because we have a different relationship, right?
But that's maybe more rituals.
We have
The ritual.
a symbiotic relationship with most animals.
Yeah.
With dogs, we mostly use them for hunting, right? That's what we originally used them for. Now we also use them, for company and stuff. But originally, we started to domesticate them simply to hunt actual good meat.
Yeah.
So why would we eat those dogs? That would be stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Let them find the other stuff.
That's mostly the reason.
Yeah. I think like eating ritual foods like rodents or whatever. What about where Corona started? We think by eating bats in China.
Well, bats. The thing is with bats, it could be. I don't know if it's true, but it could be possible because the thing is with bats, their immune system is always on hyper mode, so they can basically eat anything, get anything. They're full of diseases, but it doesn't bother them. So it's very plausible that it comes from that, because they carry all kinds of diseases with them that don't affect them because their immune system fights, but they're still carriers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be true. I don't know if it's true. Nobody still knows, but it's not really. It's very likely actually. True.
My light is starting to tell me it's time to stop. I think my lighting is going to be cutting off soon.
It's probably electricity problem.
Yeah, I think I should pay my electricity bill. But I still believe in. I'm not into this vegan thing. I believe in meat is a product which we started out eating, and then
there's actually
and I feel good with it.
There's actually a lot of evidence that it helped us to develop our brains more. It's not 100% proven, but even so, it's just the fact, if you look back, we've basically been eating meat already for millions of years, and what we already talked about, a lot of them vegans, even vegetarians. They may not get that sick, but still some. They may still be at optimal health, right? Vegans is even worse. If they keep on with it, even if they supplement, they will deteriorate. Of course, vegans will deny this. It's not true. No, you can be perfectly healthy on a plant-based diet and a vegan diet.
And it
evidence shows against. There's about a 95% dropout. So why is that?
Yeah, I've got the feeling if they feel happy doing that, by all means do it. But don't tell me to stop eating meat.
There is a lot of evidence against it, despite what they keep saying. There's a lot of evidence against it.
Yeah, but if they feel happy doing it, let them do it. But don't force me or whoever to change our.
Well, that's where the problem is. A lot of them actually don't do that. A lot of them, they start to guilt tripping. They try to guilt tripping people. In some cases, they even send threats. Not that take it serious, because what are they going to do? They're too weak to do anything. But okay. No, but there are some of them are very aggressive. So they're very much of a nuisance.
Frustrated, aggressive.
Yeah. So anyway,
my lights are going to give up, so I'm going to stop.
Yeah, we should probably round this up.
I'm going to go see what's happening to my lights.
So
I don't want to be in the dark.
It was I believe we went into it. I don't know, should we do a follow up, or do you think?
Yeah, why not? Let's just.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's have another talk soon.
A surprise if we're going to be a follow up.
Yeah.
So
let's see what we can do on this one, and
anyway,
find out if people like our discussions, and if there are people that want to join in, come on.
Yeah. Already been looking for.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So well, it was
okay. Let's talk again soon.
Yeah.
It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you too. It's a
Okay.
good one.
And mate, take care.